Hi, I'm Mike Skolnik, and what you're looking at is the controller interface of Jason Rohrer's game Sleep is Death. Sleep is Death is a two-player collaborative storytelling game, and the way it works is that one player controls a protagonist player object in the scene. In this scene, that's Pac-Man, and Pac-Man is going to be played by one of my PhD supervisors, Christian McCrea. The other player builds the scene and controls all of the other objects in it, including giving them dialogue. So in this scene, I'm going to be the controller. I'm going to be moving the ghosts around, doing their dialogue, and dealing with all of the other objects in the scene. This game works in a turn-based fashion, so each player has 30 seconds to get all of their actions done, the player to have their character move and act and talk, and I, as the controller, am going to have 30 seconds to edit the scene accordingly and put in any relevant dialogue. That's going to be shown on this countdown timer at the top left of the screen. Additionally, in the controller interface, I have access to a number of other objects that I can put into the scene. This is all from a pac-man resource pack that someone else had created. The game also has a very robust sprite editor that will allow you to create your own objects to put into the game. So there's a lot of potential for this game to tell a lot of very different kinds of stories. So at this point, I have got the game set up to a point where I'm ready for Christian to start controlling Pac-Man and telling this story. And the story is, as far as I have planned it, that once Pac-Man clears out the room of dots and power pills and ghosts, that he comes to grips with the realization that he is alone in a cold, dark place from which there is no escape. And how will Christian, playing Pac-Man, react to this? Let's find out. I'm going to start the video of this rolling at double speed because the 30-second turns, while they're very fast playing, they're quite slow to watch. So here we go, starting now. So I've just sent this screen over to Christian. He has 30 seconds to move Pac-Man, which he's doing. He can also control Pac-Man. There's him giving Pac-Man some dialogue. And after Christian has taken his turn, he sends this state back to me. And so I'm going to start moving the ghosts out, giving them a little bit of dialogue, and clearing out the dots behind Pac-Man that Pac-Man would have eaten. So now this suddenly looks like a comic book form game of Pac-Man. And we're going to observe Christian continue along. He's going to eat one of these power pills. And now I'm going to replace each of these ghost sprites with the endangered ghost sprite. The ghosts are going to get understandably nervous about this state of affairs, and I didn't really have time to keep them moving, but to be fair, Pac-Man had only moved one sprite. Now, because you can do pretty much anything with this game, a lot of the stories that tend to get told verge toward the surreal. This is definitely the case, as we've got angry, cursing Pac-Man challenging these ghosts to throw down. And we're going to, as the video progresses, we're going to see Christian controlling Pac-Man eat these various ghosts and start clearing the room. So we'll be able to get into the actual narrative that I'm looking to explore here. So I've just removed another couple of dots and one of the ghosts, and I'm going to have the ghost try to negotiate. And Christian, as you can see, is going to have none of that. He's going to move to eat these ghosts. Now, playing a game like this really is kind of an improvisational exercise, and some of the maxims of improvisational theater apply here, where you just want to roll with what your collaborator is giving you, rather than prevent them from taking certain courses of action. And so that is kind of a nuance to the game that's got to be taken into account. The game can get bogged down in arguments and slow play if the players just attempt to do something and are told, no, you can't do this. So now all of the objects in the room are starting to disappear around Christian, and we're about to encounter this isolation that we were going for. My cell is locked, notes Christian Pac-Man. And so, of course, with nothing happening, Christian wants Pac-Man to escape, but as per the Pac-Man mythos, there is no escape, and the scene is just going to, and Pac-Man is just going to wrap through that wall like as if it was a regular game of Pac-Man. I'm going to speed the video up a little bit more so we can hit the sort of climax of this thrilling narrative. I needed to actually add this dot to the scene just so that there would be something to assign the speech bubble to, which is a bit of an interesting feature to the game. Object needs to be speaking even just to make these narrations work. So now Christian and this talking Pac-Man dot are keeping each other company as we approach the thrilling conclusion. The dot is not a dot at all. And here there might have been a little bit of a misinterpretation of what Christian was looking to do with that thoughts action. As Pac-Man and the Ghost begin to philosophize a little bit. For the Ghost to destroy Pac-Man is to doom the Ghost to the same solitary existence. Fortunately, on Christian's suggestion of cherries, there was an object ready for Pac-Man cherries. But of course, for either of them to eat these cherries would mean, rather, for both characters to eat the cherries at the same time would mean that Pac-Man is going to die because he's going to run onto the same tile as a Ghost. Pac-Man here trying to swipe the cherries away. The Ghost collides into Pac-Man. Pac-Man dies. The end. This has been a demonstration of the game Sleep is Death. What I was trying to demonstrate with this video is how the game's basic interface works, how the game can be used as a storytelling engine, and how versatile the game can be in creating stories that are bounded only by the participants' imagination and advanced preparation beforehand. This has been Michael Skolnik. Thanks very much for watching.